Hello, Caveman News. It's Cinderoni, and I've got some interesting news. The nodes have been in the Aries Libra axis for the last 18 months, and sometime last week they changed over to the Pisces Virgo axis. What this means for us is that we are entering into a time where things like compassion, creativity, and trusting fate are going to be favored. This is a chapter where we're tired of overworking, over-perfecting, and being overly critical. Now we can expect to have stronger intuition and notice more moments happening that just seem meant to be. In a nutshell, it's time to heal and dream and start putting a plan together to make sure those dreams come true. It's an 18-month transit, so settle in and
Welcome. This is episode 57. Ready your spirits and prepare to cheer, because if you don't, he'll make you disappear. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pepito. Pepito. I don't know if my microphone was on, but the rhyme, I'm just going to repeat it really quick. Ready your spirits and prepare to cheer, because if you don't, he'll make you disappear. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pepito. Great to see you, Pepito. How are you doing?
So good.
Excellent. Do you have an introduction you would like to make, Pepito?
Well, guess what, everyone? You just might not be completely bored tonight, man, because, oh my gosh, we have a guest, and his name is Josh Borman.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Go. And hang on, I gotta hang up my mask. I have a new setup here. Have to put that mask on the mantle. And we have one more introduction. I threw away my card. I jumped to the gate, but what was it? Gosh, now that was the introduction. Let's see. I was gonna say,
All
get
right.
your
Let's.
laugh out now. It's time to ha ha.
Haha.
Because if you don't, she's gonna say ta-da, I think is what it was. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Catherine.
honk honk.
I
Thank you. That was a beautiful introduction. Thank you.
Absolutely excellent. Oh, what is somebody says scringe? Wow. Whoa, so many people here. Okay, excellent. All right. Big show. We got a lot going on. We should play the theme song so that we can get right down into it. Everything is fine. So this must be heaven. It's Caveman News, episode 57. Beautiful. All right, now we're all here.
We're here. We're doing it. We're live.
Excellent. It's
We're having
so
fun.
good. It's so good to be here. And first of all, I just want to say, Josh.
Yes.
Well, to both of you, I have to figure out my. I'm pretty sure I'm pointing the right way now. Josh, it's great to have you here.
Hell yeah.
This is a bit of an experiment because
Like a Brady Bunch episode.
for sure we just need a few more. But actually, I was watching Brady Bunch the other day, and it was a magic episode. And I was like, wow, I should be sampling all of this so we can throw these samples in throughout the show. But you know what? I didn't. I just watched them do their magic tricks and enjoyed the Brady Bunch magic episode. But I was going to say, it's great to have both of you here, but I'm especially excited that Josh is here because I know nothing about this man. I am just,
Yeah, you really fucking rolled the dice.
I have my thing set up so if you turned out to be a bad person, I could cut you out of the show instantly.
That's really wise of you. Yeah.
But it is a roll of the dice, and so far I think it's pretty good. So thank you for being here, Josh.
Happy to be here. Yeah, no, I sort of put out a fucking APB on Blue Sky.
Yes.
And I said, regardless of like what your deal is or whatever, hit me up and I want to come on your show. And so you sent me a DM
immediately,
like a couple days ago.
Yeah, that was resent into my timeline, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. We need guests. Caveman News is always looking for guests, and this seems like a good shot. And I think it's working out perfectly.
Yeah, we've got. It looks like some of my I guess chatters have showed up. Yeah. That's all the people hooting and hollering about scrunches, by the way.
Yes.
I am the co-host of a stream called The Traditional Scrunch, and most of the viewers are in the UK, which means that they are up very early if they are watching this. It is 5:30 in the morning right now in the UK.
This is
Good morning.
Wow. Pepito, I saw something here in the chat. Somebody asked about your background.
What about it?
Well, will you explain?
Will
you explain what it is? You won't? Okay. That is your right.
Every episode, I'll make a video on VHS comp of different whatever the
magic
topic is.
Related.
And this one was magic.
Yeah.
Are those Mormons?
Yes.
Those look like Mormons.
Yeah, they did kind of have a Mormon.
Mormon magicians is wild.
Yes.
Absolutely. I should have worn my straitjacket.
Joe Ryan Tell says, "Oh, cool," and I do agree.
Oh, cool.
And Catherine,
thank
you for being here. I know this direction because I just have to point at Catherine. Known you for many years. I've been wanting. You were in the chat in one of our first episodes, I believe.
I was spamming the chat. Yeah,
absolutely. So glad to finally have you on here. Let's see.
In the digital flesh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
None better. Okay. I do have
neighbors.
What?
Not that shit. Like
who is that? Oh.
No, before the show started, weren't y'all discussing what part of America y'all are in?
Yeah.
It was not too far.
Yeah, I'm in the beautiful borough of Brooklyn.
Aha! I knew it.
Wow.
I guess.
Yep.
Context clues.
There's a New Mexico themed restaurant in Brooklyn.
Is there? Is
it? Yeah, it's called like.
Let me look this up.
I don't know. It looked good. It's like Santa Fe BK.
I don't believe you right now.
It is.
New Mexico themed restaurant, Brooklyn, Santa Fe BK. That's exactly right. Where is this
Wow.
place?
You got to go.
Oh, this is in Williamsburg. This is in the area. This is in what is now the most gentrified neighborhood in probably the entire city of New York, actually.
Wow. Well, great place.
Well, we
to
have
put-
Bushwick. Bushwick's kind of royalty too.
It is these days, yeah.
County.
We have
Wait, isn't Kamala Harris's stepdaughter like the Bushwick darling?
Oh, is she?
wow.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
funny.
even kidding.
Hey,
Such bullshit.
good for her.
Whoop, whoop.
That's-
Pardon my
I'm
language,
real.
but-
This is me being real, like fucking, real asshole hours over here. Is like I lived in Bushwick before everybody was like, oh, it's Bushwick. I was there back before. I was there when they fucking started up Market Hotel. Listen, I was there. I can pull rank on all these kids and be like, you don't fucking know shit, kid.
Time to bring back bullying.
Yeah, it's so funny to get old.
Oh my god.
I like
Absolutely.
it. I like it. It
Conda
makes it,
loves
like,
to talk shit.
Saltier.
Absolutely. And I do have here on my note card. I don't know if this is I guess this has kind of become a tradition on the stream. If anybody in the chat wants to say the word hillbilly, that always gets censored. And I
It's
just
a
want
slur
to
now, right? It's a
What?
slur. Hillbilly's a slur now.
Yeah, they're a protected people.
The Appalachians are, they're a noble people who shall
I just
not
want
be.
to constantly have people say hillbilly
culture.
at least once a stream in the chat.
I'm
because-
also learning from chat that Ursula is the legit Ursula. Ursula is apparently the legit New Mexican restaurant in Brooklyn. So,
Wow.
then
wonder-
this is a good point though, is that they can say ghost in the chat, which is something that they're not allowed to do in my chat on my
Wow.
stream. So, for once, y'all can discuss ghosts
Freedom?
if you so desire. You have the freedom to do that.
I see Soy Teresa said hillbilly in the chat, and it says expired and not posted to chat. Once again, that's I don't know. So
Yeah, the reason, by the way, that people can't say ghost is that there was one day where people would not shut the fuck up about ghosts in chat, and so we just had to ban the word ghost.
right there you go.
The movie?
Cryptids, ghosts.
It was like
What's
talking about the
cryptid?
logistics of ghosts, and this is exactly what it was.
Okay.
Every bathtub remembers. It was about the difference between a possession and a haunting, and I promise that we do not want to have that conversation again. I can
No.
tell you that shit for free.
I have next thing I have here on my index card is I don't know who to ask. I think I'll ask Catherine. Catherine, are you a fan of newspaper comics?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh yeah. The Sunday
Grew up
comics
on
were
them. I love them.
my whole thing. Because we got the bundle, every weekend thrown in the driveway. So I would
Right.
steal comics. I loved Get Fuzzy so much.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Doonesbury. Shoot. I loved comics growing up, on the whole. So like that kind of was my entry level drug, I think. To getting into
Excellent.
comics like Tank Girl and like Transmetropolitan and all that. But
Well, I have one for you. This is a game we play sometimes on the stream. It's can you explain what this comic means? And I have a
Okay.
comic. It's a
Rorschach
comic.
test. I love it.
It's
sort
a
of.
comic called BC. Are you familiar with BC?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
BC that was printed on this day in 1989,
Okay.
and I would like your interpretation of what it means.
I would have never seen it in real time. I was born in 90. Inspirational.
What is this? I can't read the.
Well, okay, so obviously this really cool guy, he finds this thing that is labeled an inspiration rock.
Okay.
Doubtful. He climbs to the top.
All
You
right.
see that?
Yeah,
that
there's
little-
real
that little-
there's
that
some
little
real
spark?
like in his eyes in the first panel. There's this
something
distinct
he's
skepticism.
skeptical. He's
Yeah,
skeptical.
Yeah.
You can see
skin in the eyelids. You know, he's just like, all right, yeah.
But then does he walk into the sky? Is that what's happening?
Well, no, he climbs the inspiration rock. You see the seed, you know, the little seed that gets planted, you know, or he tries to, and then obviously he goes his own way. But the weirdest part of
Is
this
he
is
walking into the sky?
no, the weirdest part I can't solve about this is the field of perspective in the
Yes.
last panel. Like, is he fucking flying? Is he walking up
Yeah,
on
He
his
looks
own
like
way?
he's walking. I
He
don't
looks
know.
like he's walking into the air. It looks like that's
Yeah.
like behind the inspiration rock there is the horizon line. It seems. So I don't really know.
Is the point it's all a matter of perspective?
I don't
Also,
know.
if that's not the horizon line, what is it? Because they're like over there to the left or to the right side, you can also see like two humps, which I think maybe are other inspiration rocks that are just a little bit further away.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So maybe the idea is that every rock can be an inspiration rock if you try hard enough. I'm not really
Wow.
sure.
Beautiful.
I like that. I like
I
that.
I don't know.
we're
What
gonna be
does chat think?
studying
I'm curious about that
BC.
too.
Wait. Is this bird flightless?
I don't. He doesn't look
Ooh.
like he's flapping his wings. I don't see wings.
Is this bird flightless? Is the inspiration giving him wings, much like a Red Bull?
I don't see
Sorry.
the wings. I think he's like
To get him
like
to the
he's
next
just walking on the
inspiration
water,
rock?
just walking on the air. I don't
Yeah,
All right.
walking on sunshine even.
What does it say?
Sunshine.
Is this because he is a flightless bird? Okay, his feet are flying. So
His feet are flying. Is
there
that what
is
we
that.
think?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last thing I have on this index card is one of the things we have been saying for years now on this stream is that we are the streaming world's most dangerous and fucked up stream. DAFU, DAFU. We are the DAFU
Wow.
stream. And we recently found out that DAFU is the name of a company that makes shoes. I don't know how you pronounce it. FEI.
Oh, yeah,
Why
I'm seeing this. They're a Hong Kong-based
Yes.
company.
Okay.
Although right now their website is down, so I can't actually see it.
Can't confirm.
I just wanted to do a shout out because Cinderoni, who did our astrology at the top of the show, she recently bought some of those shoes. So she
Yeah.
has the DAFU shoes
Oh,
now.
interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at this.
Shout
So
out to Cindy for that.
I think their official website it looks like it's offline right now, but they do have an AliExpress storefront. You can go to dafu.aliexpress.com. And these are sort of like knockoff Adidas's. I
Yeah,
would
they
say.
look nice. I
Yeah,
gotta
they-
get some. They look cheap and nice.
They're like somewhere between the like standard Adidas ones and Pumas. It's kind of like in that wheelhouse. It's like the secret
like
third thing because
Right.
Adidas and Puma were two companies that were German companies famously
Oh,
founded
yes.
by two brothers.
The Doss brothers.
Right. And so maybe this was the third secret brother
Ooh.
who moved to China and started a third shoe company in Hong Kong, kind of like, Jesus's brother.
Oh, yeah.
You know about Jesus's brother, right? The one who moved to Japan?
or something like that? Yeah.
Isakaru.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like a whole thing that Jesus had a brother. Well, actually, sorry. What happened was Jesus' brother Isakaru was the one who fucking died on the cross so that Jesus could go to Japan and live the rest of his days out there. Yeah.
Right. The I forget the people there that are supposedly descended. Yes. Wow. Absolutely. Okay, I think it's time to start the actual show. Let's see. Let me check here.
Please start the show.
Yep, that is officially time to start the show. And in order to do that, one of the things that we have recently started as a tradition on this show, we did an episode a few weeks ago about the first execution in Carlsbad, and the man who was executed, James Barrett, he said on the gallows that his father always told him he was going to die with his boots on, which is kind of a fucked up thing for a dad to constantly be saying to his child. But
Yeah.
That's what he said. So a tradition has started on this show where when we start talking about the topic of the day, it's time for boots off for Barrett. So I got to take off my shoes, put them on the shelf. The shoes are off. It's officially time to start the show. Pepito, are you ready to help me read these?
Yes. Let's
Okay.
do this.
Good, because I can't see too good. All right, let's start off.
Carlsbad Curtain August, Thursday, May 17th. Police Department Benefit Show opens today.
All right. What year is this?
1962.
Okay, 1962.
A 2.5 hour magic show headlined by Don Brandon will be given tonight at 8 in Carlsbad High School Auditorium for the Carlsbad Police Department's Benefit Fund.
I don't know why they need it, but
oh man.
Hey, doesn't that sound exciting? Let's go see the police benefit magic show.
Okay, so do y'all know about like police benefit shows and galas and that kind of thing?
No.
So this
Elaborate.
there is a really, really good movie about this. It's an HBO documentary. Actually, I think it's a 3-part miniseries, but it's called Telemarketers.
It's really good. I've seen a lot of it.
Right.
Boosters. Good.
Yeah.
What's the Pappas? Is that the guy?
The what?
There was a guy on that show. Was his name Pappas? Something like that.
What was that guy's name?
I think soy trees. Patrick Pespis.
Pat Pespis. Yes.
Yes.
He went missing for a while.
He did.
He went missing for a while.
Yeah, seems
Patrick
like
J. Pespis. I'm so glad that chat remembers. Yeah. No. So the whole thing with these benefits, right, is that they're these really dumb, and they really are bullshit. These shows, they just fucking suck. But people come in. There's raffles, there's tickets, and all of that goes toward your local, generally speaking, lodge of the Policemen's Benevolent Association. And then this is like the secret society for police officers, and it's mostly used to like lobby the government to give qualified immunity to cops and shit like that.
Right. Jeez. Nasty stuff.
Yeah, it's nasty business.
Yeah.
Oh, don't our tax dollars already do that?
Yes.
They
Yes.
need more. They need more. They're accustomed to a certain lifestyle that must be upkept.
Which is also the big piece with these lodges, right? Is a lot of it is also just paying out various cops for doing nothing. It's all very cool and normal and corrupt.
For sure.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yep.
Just checking.
Lee Morgan, veteran trick shot and bullwhip artist, and 14 other illusionists will appear in the show, which features 1,000 magic acts.
1,000?
Yes.
That's a lot.
And I love that. What
That's
is it?
2.5 hours.
He's a trick shot and bullwhip artist. Oh my God. I'm telling you, 1962. Yeah, it's a police benefit, but I would have wanted to see that show. That sounds. I don't know how you do 1,000 tricks.
No, that's. I feel like
counting.
It's got to be one of those things where it's like strictly a technicality, where like every movement in a given illusion counts as a separate trick.
Right.
It's like I just opened up my pocket. That's one. I'm reaching in. That's 2.
There we go.
I also like
6
the
tons
idea.
of equipment.
I like the idea too of like a bullwhip, like the bullwhip trick shot being part and parcel of the same trick. So you take the whip and you whip a bullet, and then the bullet hits the target. I think that would be sick.
Oh, wait. Can I side note?
Yes.
I really like the idea of magicians considering they're like audience members as like Johns and calling them tricks.
Right.
Please stop the show.
You got 1,000 tricks. You have like a whole room of people. So you just consider every fucking instance as like, yeah, job well done. I mean, I fooled them. Like, the misdirection. Anyways, that was just funny. I was like,
No,
ha, ha, ha.
and chat's
Sure.
got the right idea. It's that like every single handkerchief is a separate trick.
Right.
So like he
I like
pulls
that,
out of his
yeah.
pocket like a string of 100 handkerchiefs. That's 1/10 of the quota taken
for
care of,
sure.
just like
It-
that.
but still, it's going to take so long to get to 1,000, even with that, even getting creative. But here's the great thing: cops aren't known for telling the truth, so
What?
they can do.
Wait,
They can lie?
Hey, actually, we don't have time to get fully into it, but when we did our episode on the first person executed in Carlsbad, we learned about the sheriff who caught the man and then hung him. And we pointed out how the sheriff's story didn't really make much
Sure.
sense.
Sure.
And then the next week, while doing research for the show, we found out that he shot another sheriff a few years after that. And he said he didn't do it. And then
No,
witnesses
he's-
came forward. And then he said, okay, I did it, but it was self-defense. And-
He literally said, I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. I shot the sheriff, and I swear that it was just self-defense. That's amazing.
Exactly.
wait a sec.
Golly.
This doesn't add up. Yeah.
6 tons of equipment was due to arrive by rail today to be used in performances guaranteed to thrill or flabbergast the audience.
Those are the two
Brandon said.
options.
Okay, I included this one because there at the bottom it says Braydon said, and anytime there's a great typo in print, I just get excited about that because I do it all the time in our digital era, and to make a mistake like that in print is very cool. So, haha.
It's human error. Haha.
To draw attention to the show, Brandon drove a car blindfolded through downtown streets today.
Hell yeah! Now that's
The
a
only
magic
way-
trick.
That's
I
cool.
want. I
Really
am
cool.
I am very in favor of the blindfolded driving. Yeah, and Soy Teresa says, "Damn, more Carlsbad car stunts." We did an episode on publicity stunts,
Car
and we
pranks.
learned about a man who his big stunt was he drove for 72 hours stop, and people could like follow him around town. He was just like it was an endurance thing.
He's
Gosh,
just a little Pied Piper guy, like driving around
Yeah.
a little parade of. Oh, there goes my nose. of cars.
Chat is right. It's just some car pranks. It's just doing some car pranks with my
Exactly.
friends. Yeah.
What is it? Okay, New Mexico homes. Yes.
Officials watched as powder puffs were placed over his eyes, wrapped in place with gauze and tape. Then a black hood extending to the magician's collar was placed over his head, and he left on the drive with city residents reluctantly accompanying him.
Reluctantly.
That is so cool. I love that.
How fast was he going? Does it
I
say?
don't know, but I want to try it. My vision isn't too good, and I'm not allowed to drive. So, I mean, come on. It's just driving by feel and vibe.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like
Yeah, it's vibe-based driving.
for sure. Okay, this next one is just one that we have to do a little bit of background here. In doing this show, we learned about in Carlsbad there was a town that basically started because it was illegal in the late 1800s to sell or manufacture alcohol in Carlsbad city limits.
Okay.
So all the outlaws moved just outside the city limits and started their own city called Phoenix
Oh, that
Uh,
whips.
with
Mhm.
no
Smart.
O, Phenix. And ever since I've learned about that, I've been obsessed with Phoenix. One of our goals on this show is in 2025, we're going to try to revive Phoenix, and I'm going to run for mayor of it.
Nice.
So,
So
Ooh.
Phoenix doesn't exist anymore.
no, it went away. But one thing I often do is I search the topic of the week, magic this time, and Phoenix. See if there's any magic stuff that happened in Phoenix while it was around. And I
There was an
didn't.
order of those.
Yes, and I didn't find any, but I did come across this while searching for Phoenix and magic. This is the last building of Phoenix that was torn down. What is this? What does it say? 19 what? 89?
89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
89.
Okay, so that was the final building that was demolished of Phoenix, and just kind of sad. I had to include that. I had to give our Phoenix shout out. But let's move on here.
I think this chatter is correct. That's not a man. That's a ghost. That
I
doesn't
was
look like
just
any
gonna
man I've
say
ever
that.
seen.
It's a very haunting photo. It reminded me of the like the illustrations from the scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh,
or like,
there?
you know.
or
Yeah,
like
for
Slender
sure.
Man, you know? Yeah,
Right.
something's
No,
not right.
there was like a story with like some guy like who would like he would like make scarecrows out of people or something
Oh yeah.
creepy. And there
I
was like
think
a draw.
I can
It reminded
picture
me
that
of-
drawing.
Yeah.
That was so good.
He's in Bigfoot pose. I think that's a big piece of it. He's literally doing the Bigfoot pose from
Yes, he
that
is.
picture. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Cryptid. Okay. I can't tell what why is the chat paused? Okay. I can't tell what this next button is. Let me see. Oh, okay. Now we're gonna start talking about these guys.
Okay, magicians fool crowd, even themselves sometimes.
What year is this?
1953.
1953. Okay.
I fooled myself.
Now this is gay as in happy, right?
Yes, this is
Okay.
1953. So, well, yes.
A magician's club is one of Carlsbad's most unusual societies. Anthony Sylvester, Jim Richardson, Del Smith, Ma Richards, and John South meet twice a month to discuss magic and do new tricks.
Okay. So, yeah, I like it. 1953. What else are you gonna do? Get together with the boys and
Oh yeah.
do some magic tricks.
Do some magic tricks,
No.
suck a couple dicks. It's not a big deal for a guy like me.
It's
Yeah.
not a big thing.
It's not a problem.
The club meets the second and fourth Mondays at 7:30 p.m. at Sylvester's apartment, 306B North Alameda. Local magicians as well as mentalists and hypnotists are invited. Wow. a
That's
cool
something
party.
I really love about these old newspapers is when they give somebody's exact address
It's
and coordinates.
amazing.
It's so good. I really love the ones when they're like, this person was robbed. You know, this person.
The
that
person who
at
lives
this
that right there.
place."
Yes. Yes.
It's
God,
so
yes.
crazy. But yeah, I think if I were around at that time, I would have definitely gone to one of these meetings. Why not?
You know,
One of
you
these girl magic shows.
tell you what, you
Sounds like-
you show up as a mentalist at the Magicians Club. That's a whole other form of giving brain, folks.
Okay, this
Things
is
are
long.
happening at those meetings, which would be enchanting to a child and entertaining to an adult. Skunks
yeah.
and rabbits are made to appear. Thimbles in the hand of a nimble performer change color rapidly, appearing and disappearing. 6 cards are made to grow into 20. Hankies become wearing apparel, and the tiny pitcher continues to provide drinks at regular intervals for the entire evening.
So 6 cards become
Picture.
20. I
Yeah.
feel like what you can do there, again, to get to your 1,000, you can say 6 cards becoming 20. That is
Oh, yeah.
effectively 6 times 20. That is
Yeah,
120 magic tricks.
Oh, ooh, she's
Uh,
like
Dog
Libby.
Treat General says it does sound like sex. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm 8, and I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, it's kind of starting to sound a bit sexual. But hey, they're just
No.
having some magic fun. Let's see. Okay, we
Sleight
did
of
that
hand.
one.
And members are also interested in hypnotism and engaged in a lively discussion about it during this interview. Smith and Richards reminisced about some of the hypnotism that Smith did in Army camp shows. It goes back to then.
Wearing
Wow.
hankies, you say? That's funny.
Yes.
You're funny.
All the doing some army magic.
It is most difficult to hypnotize a young child or a person who has been drinking, as neither can concentrate well enough, according to Smith.
And they're stupid as fuck. So let's be honest.
I mean, they're magicians. Yeah, I don't.
Smith, who moved here from JAL recently, is with a continental seismographic crew. He had his own magic act from 1946 through 48 when he went into the service. Max Richard, who was his assistant, began his Army service at the same time, and the two continued to give shows for special services while in the Army.
Wow.
What a
If I had to be in the Army and they would let me just do magic instead of risking my life, I think I'd be into it. I'd be an assistant. I don't care.
What would your position be? Would it be sergeant clown? Would it be officer clown? What
Yes.
would the position be?
5-star top hat man, puller outer guy.
Smith, who is especially good at comedy magic and sleight of hand, was
Slice.
billed as Del Prince of Magic when he played in theaters professionally, but got a new name from a South Korean. The soldier kept saying Dalvani, meaning Del was funny. The name stuck, and Smith used it after he returned to the States.
That's so fucking
I
funny.
think-
It's
I think that's
me,
just
the
his
great
accent.
Salvoni.
I think he was just saying
Just love him.
Dale's funny.
Yes,
And they're like,
that is
what
what
did you say, Devani?
Delvani? Oh
'Cause
my
I don't
god.
I don't think that's Korean.
No, I don't think so.
I did look up Korean translation of the word funny to English, and I don't think this man was speaking Korean. I think he just said
Dale
Dale's
funny. Yeah. No, yeah. Oh my god. I just looked it up, and yeah, Korean for funny is Jameson. That doesn't sound like that at
No.
all.
I can't see how that
Absolutely
would
not.
be mistaken for.
Or Nongdam, or Giboni Injun. Oh my god.
Yeah, still don't see
Iksalmajun. I don't know. I can't
Still don't
pronounce
see
Korean well.
Sylvester, who was employed in the chemical lab at International, became interested in magic in the early 40s when he saw Thurston perform. Sylvester can do many a puzzling trick with magic apparatus, he emphasized.
And International, I'm pretty sure I used to work, my grandpa owned a company that sold things to the mines, and I think we sold some stuff to International, so that one spoke to my heart.
I am not a polished magician, but principally a collector of magic gimmicks. He has done commercial shows for appliance stores, etc.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, we don't do magic acts at the appliance stores anymore.
Appliance stores.
You know,
And
I
we
often
don't drive around blindfolded anymore. All those
Is
good
it-
years have passed.
is the art of selling itself not a form of magic, though, when you really
That's
think about
true.
it.
That's true.
Mm,
Marketing.
no, I want more ladies popping out of dishwashers. Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
me too. I'm gonna be honest. This is the future I want.
Do you take if you put a lady in a refrigerator and then you split the freezer part from the refrigerator part like in half, and it's like, oh my god.
Mhm.
He is working on some tricks using chemicals and dyes at the present and has made the use of liquids in his acts a specialty.
I don't know. That sounds to me like he's just dyeing things and saying that they transformed. I don't know if that's actually a magic trick, but
Did we just figure out what magicians do?
Yeah. they're liars.
They're like, hey, look at this cool thing I can fucking do. Isn't that
Wait,
crazy?
sorry.
I can like, fool you and shit.
Yeah.
First, you're telling me that
Wow.
cops can lie, and now you're telling me that magicians can lie? Get the
Okay, the
fuck out
second
of
one's
here.
a bit more far
No,
fetched,
just
but
disbelief.
He did the cigarette factory trick, pouring loose tobacco into a glass, covering it for a second, and then presenting a glass of rolled cigarettes. The act was completed by making the cigarettes vanish.
God, people in 1952 were so fucking stupid.
I can absolutely make a bunch of cigarettes disappear. Absolutely, but I like that trick. Oh, here we go.
Ad-libbing is a special. Ad-libbing is a specialty with Smith. He keeps up a running humorous chatter while he is
good.
doing sleight of hand tricks. Phrases like this are heard. Oh. My girl has a face men just go for, so I call her Gopher
Oh
Face.
my
She met
god.
with a terrible accident. She was having her face lifted and the derrick broke.
Because she's fat?
I don't know, but I like it.
I don't get it.
I like that one as much as when we did our episode on rodeos and the rodeo clown, his jokes. I can't remember what they were, but I was absolutely charmed by them. I love them.
I can't get over guys go for her face, so I call her go for her
That's
face.
funny. I like that one.
I love it. I mean,
So
the newspapers
funny. It's
just aren't as good as they used to be. I really miss them. Okay,
Oh,
I
man.
think that's it for our gay magicians. And this is somebody that we have discussed before on our episode on psychics. Let's take another little look at Karsten.
Ooh.
I love that. It's great at the Cactus Theater.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's great.
You got this one,
Karsten's
Castillo?
famous Karsten's famous $50,000 toy soldier illusion is considered the most amazing effect of its kind ever conceived, in which a regiment of mechanical soldiers come to life and partake in the most amazing transpositions and transformations. Equally as mystifying in his $10,000 radium cabinet mystery, in which a girl who has been fingerprinted vanishes from one scientific cabinet and instantly appears in another many feet away and all in full view. In another experiment, a young lady grows smaller and smaller and is placed into a small pumpkin shell. All of this is done in
What?
open before your pumpkin shell.
What is a pumpkin
before your
shell?
very eyes.
Oh,
Is
that
that
I could be
the
bounded in a
car-
pumpkin shell and call myself the king of infinite space.
Oh
Were
my
it not that I
gosh.
have bad magic tricks.
Oh my gosh. If only.
She's,
Okay.
she's smaller.
I don't know. I love all of his tricks. The fingerprinted,
radium cabinet.
irradiated woman.
Classic reverse Goku. That's right.
Yes.
Goku keeps getting bigger. This lady
Oh,
keeps getting
there we
smaller.
go. There we
Yeah.
go. Love it. I just have to figure out what a pumpkin shell is.
Yeah. Well, I think it's got to literally be the shell of a pumpkin, right? I mean,
carved out.
Do
yeah.
they have shell? Or is
Carved
it
out for a
just
person.
Well, once you
carved
carve the
out,
guts
yeah.
out of
Okay,
it,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If it also,
I've
yeah,
never
if it
heard it called that either.
if it is 50K in 1935, that's a lot of money. Like, how much money is that?
Oh
Let me
gosh.
look at an inflation calculator.
Yeah. I'm curious. It's a lot of money.
Brother Binks in the chat says, "Are all the people in squares
Brother
from
Binks.
Carlsbad?" And no, Brother Binks, just Pepito and I are. These two are East Coasters.
So
East Coast.
50,000
Mm-hmm.
of 1935 money is 1.1 million dollars.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, that's real money. That's fucking paper.
Jeez Louise. Okay, now this is a story that I was familiar with.
Ooh.
Magician finds happiness in teaching craft to next generation.
What year is
1996.
Okay, 96. All right. There he is. I
Wow.
Oh,
love
look at
that.
him.
Oh,
I love that. That's very cool. And I heard about this man. I guess this is a good time. Does anybody else here have a history with magic?
My connection to magic is I mean, I saw, like, I would usually go to the circus growing up, and there was always
yeah.
a magic component in that. But my other connection is that my co-host on the podcast that I do spent a season on a cruise ship and quickly made enemies of every single magician aboard the boat.
Oh God.
oh my god! I
Dangerous.
want to hear this
That's a
story.
dangerous way to live your life. Oof.
Yeah, they
Trapped
can
at
make you
sea.
disappear if you're not careful.
Oh my God. I was a big magic head as a youth. I loved magic tricks. I loved anytime we would go to visit another town, anything like that. I would have the phone book and I would look up in the yellow pages magic shops to see if there were any magic places to go to. And I went to, I think it was my cousin's or no, I think it was my mom's cousin's wedding in Denver, Colorado. And I looked up for a local magic shop. And when I went in, I don't know why, but I guess I told one of the people working the counter there that I was from Carlsbad, New Mexico. And he said, "Oh, do you know this man, Chuck Smith?" And I said, "No." And he said, "He's one of the best magicians in the world."
Oh,
And
huh.
he pointed to this bookshelf and he said, 90% of the magicians that are authors of books over here were taught by Chuck Smith.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, wow, who is this person? I've never heard of him. And yeah, so let's find out a bit more about Chuck Smith.
So this guy's fucking goated. He's a local
Yeah.
legend.
When
One
Chuck
of.
Smith is in a room full of people, he works magic. He enjoys the puzzled looks and wonderment of his captive audience. Smith's a
doesn't?
magician, a sleight of hand artist, and considered to be one of the most talented in the country.
Absolutely. Carlsbad royalty there. I'm telling you, we do this show about the history of Carlsbad, New Mexico, and I try to tell people, I say it's really the most interesting town in America because we have it all. We have Phoenix, we have Chuck Smith. I mean, come on, we got
Yeah,
it all.
come on. That's all you
Don't
need.
make the story.
Snaky. Smith's artistry is sought after by magicians worldwide, and many are surprised that the famous Chuck Smith lives in Carlsbad, where he and his wife Thelma own and operate Chaparral Camera. The store has made him a living, but magic is his love and passion.
I never
What?
went to the Chaparral camera store.
This is just like a normal camera store, I'm assuming.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Soy
There was
Chorizo
one
or somebody else.
right by the Dairy Queen.
Okay, we have. All right.
That's that one.
Cinderoni says we have Ham Pounder, and Brother Bing says Bruce Cabot, Shane Anders. Just shouting out all the Carlsbad legends.
Unlike many magicians who guard their magic tricks as the CIA guards matters pertaining to national security, Smith enjoys teaching his tricks to other magicians. He
Okay.
receives pleasure knowing his legacy will be passed on. The tricks he has invented and reinvented, he hopes will be passed on to the next generation of magicians.
So he's like a real pay it forward kind of guy.
Yes, absolutely. He's not in it for the, he's found his place. He has his camera shop.
Yeah.
Soy
that
Trees
the
in
one
chat
by
says
Dairy
it was
Queen?
very basic. Yes, developing film mostly.
Oh,
I
okay.
knew Soy Chorizo was going to have some experience at the Chaparral camera shop. It was just bound to happen. But Pito, you got this one?
When I was about 9 years old, a friend and I announced we were going to become magicians. When we grew up, the friend grew up and went on to greater things, and I kept working on becoming a magician. Smith recalled with a chuckle.
And I just wanted to, I included that one. I wanted to point out, how did you not say Chuck chuckled? I mean,
Damn. Oh my God, that's so fucking true.
That's a bigger mistake than the typo, trying to type Brandon and writing Braden.
That's like you don't get opportunities like that
No.
very
Oh my
often,
gosh, Chuck chuckle,
especially in an article about a magician. Come on.
my gosh, it's manna from heaven.
In 1948, at the age of 18, Smith joined the Army because I thought I needed some maturity.
Wow,
Oh.
is that where you get maturity? I'm not sure.
The Army.
Maybe, I don't know. I guess
I needed some violence in my life.
yeah, I okay. There's probably been 1 or 2 times in my life where I needed to mature, but I never considered joining
that
the
your
army
first-
as the solution.
No. If you want maturity, you have to join the Navy.
Yeah,
Oh, got you.
Before I went into the Army, I would take glossy pictures of myself and brochures telling about my act, which I would present to the manager of a theater. I would be booked to do a show between the double features. They would up the price, and I got a percentage of the gate. He said that all changed after I got out of the Army. There were too many magicians, and the competition was tough.
In the
wow.
army?
Well, we heard
Or-
about the magicians in the previous story about the gay magicians
True.
club.
It's true.
They met in the army, and I don't know. I never had any clue that there was so much magic in the army until I did the research for this episode.
I mean, the army
And-
magicians are a lot more dangerous than your standard magician because they have guns.
Right.
Well, the fact that there's so
quit.
much competition is mind-boggling too.
Oh,
Like
yes.
there's an influx of army magicians. It's
There's
kind of
just
like,
too
oh,
many. Yeah.
the secret society of magic.
Break out of the pack.
I tell you what you don't want to do is play Russian roulette in a room full of magicians.
No.
That's just gonna, you know what that's gonna do? You know what that's gonna do? That's gonna backfire on you.
Ha! There we go.
It would take forever too. Everyone would just be gagging the whole time.
Sleight of hand.
Got you.
Okay.
Man, Smith said nightclub work did not appeal to him. In fact, he said he detested it. Instead, he worked at banquets and birthday parties, amazing the guests with his skills as a magician.
Wow. I can't imagine what does it say? A nightclub? Yeah. Being a nightclub magician? I see that's just another thing that we have lost.
Imagine like being in the club, like you're on the dance floor and there's just a guy doing card tricks.
Golly. Jeez.
After years of traveling from town to town and performing his magic, Smith called it quits. He decided to make magic his hobby instead of a profession. He accepted a job with an oil company which took him to 8 states. Eventually, he left the company and settled in Carlsbad, where he opened his camera shop.
Chaparral,
Mhm.
baby. Okay. Yep, we're almost done here.
Today, he is a much sought after to teach at magic seminars and pass on his knowledge to another generation of magicians. He has rubbed shoulders with the best, but likes where he is, at home in Carlsbad.
Once again, this is a Carlsbad supremacist stream, and everything good happens in Carlsbad. So it's no wonder that the great Chuck Smith felt the same. It's beautiful.
For years, magicians from around the world have tried to coax him to come to their country and conduct a seminar at magic conventions. He has declined, however, saying he is not willing to travel such great distances and keep up the hectic pace.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chuck Smith. I think that's pretty much it as far as our magic stories go. I want to thank both of our guests, Catherine. Okay, now I think. Yep, here we go.
There
Josh
we go.
is over here. I got the pointing down. Ooh, you got the now point, you can point down to. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, Catherine, do you have anything you would like to plug? Anything?
Oh shoot, I don't know. I mean, I kind of still, I kind of want to still talk about David Lynch this past week.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Speaking of magicians in cinema, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like magic stories and like things. I was like, well, we talk about visuals and stuff a lot in cinema, and I think about like how often he was like using rabbits and things like that, for example.
Right.
I don't know. That kind of just flashed in my head real quick.
He's
Maybe that's
very
just me.
magician coded.
And
Very much so.
meditation.
In hairstyle, in speech, in suit
Right.
wearing. Like you're constantly wearing suits, right? For the most part, I don't really.
Yeah, I think so.
In like casual button-down shirts, but besides that, I can't think of him in like maybe like a cardigan or something like that on like
Yeah,
Twin Peaks. But
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yes. Cardigans are beautiful. Josh, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, look, if you like talking about media, you like listening to media, hear conversations about media and media narratives, I have a podcast called The Worst of All Possible Worlds. Every week we talk about a different piece of media. We talk about the narratives in that media and how they affect the world around us. So go check that out. Worstpossible.world is our website. And I also co-host a stream twice a week from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time called The Traditional Scrunch. which is named for an implement that is used to replace the bar on a chainsaw. Don't ask. It's a long story.
It sounds deep. Vito, do you have
What a
anything
pro.
that you would like to
I
plug?
want to thank. Well, no, I want to thank Catherine and Josh Boardman. They're such great professional guests. What a
Oh,
what a cool episode! So
Oh,
much
thank
different than our
you.
previous ones.
thanks
And
for having
everyone,
We've had some great
all the
guests.
people who watched.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in the chat and you're from Scrunchland, like if you are a follower of the Scrunch, drop a Scrunch in chat just so I can see where you're
Let's
at.
see it. Let's see it.
I see at least one person has dropped a Scrunch
I
in
saw
there.
one earlier.
Drop a Scrunch in there. Drop a Gerbert in there. I don't fucking know. Drop something in there.
We got a yo. All right. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got a scrunch. Nice.
Scratch. Scratch.
I
don't-
could probably also maybe plug this a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Hang on. Let's go to.
I was all like, RIP as someone that influenced me.
Oh yes, absolutely. Eric
I'm
wants
also
to
going to
see.
be trying to start up a show on Twitch as well. This is the Cash App for it. I'm
Right.
trying to make rent.
What's it about?
It's gonna think of it like a socialist Sesame Street. Think of it like a variety show.
My
Think
God.
of it like an educational love stream. I'm gonna have a bunch of friends come on and just do interviews and like teach people things. So we're excited, but we want to do it right and want to make sure everybody's like on board and
For sure.
we're all kind of just getting our footing.
And here's what I think of Trump's wall.
I've never seen that before. That's wonderful.
God, I love that one.
Yeah.
Hey, really quick, Soy Teresa or somebody, can we get the Tawando sound alert before we sign off for the night? Because I think she can only do the sound alerts.
You's a fool, baby. What's wrong with you, man? Sick.
Yes,
Hey.
he's a fool, baby. What's wrong with you? Sick. Okay, so next week, same time, Pepito and I are going to be discussing the history of scams in Carlsbad, New
Be a
Mexico.
fun episode.
And that's going to be a good one. There are some great scams. I've been delaying. We kind of get dark sometimes on this stream. And we recently talked about the first execution. And then we talked about the time that Bonnie and Clyde came to Carlsbad and kidnapped the sheriff. And I really felt we needed something a bit lighter. So Magicians is a nice little detour. And next week, we're going to get right back into it, talking about scams. And Pepito, are you ready to jam this one out?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you for all your time and reaching out to
Yes,
us.
thank you very
John
much.
And Catherine. What an
You
awesome
reached out
time.
to me.
You guys go.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Let's get this jam going.
Going through Sean Norris' most epic moments.